The group of unbeaten teams in college football shrank significantly in Week 8. Just 6 teams remain undefeated after number 2 Miami, number 5 Ole Miss, number 7 Texas Tech, number 22 Memphis and UNLV all lost over the weekend. Miami was the first team to fall as the Hurricanes lost to Louisville on Friday night. Ole Miss scored TDs on its first 5 possessions against No. 9 Georgia before being unable to move the ball in the fourth quarter, and Texas Tech took a late lead against Arizona State before the Sun Devils scored the game-winning TD with 34 seconds to go. Memphis lost at UAB despite being in prime position to send the game to overtime, and UNLV was blown out by Boise State on the road. With 6 weekends still to go during the regular season, the chances of one or more teams finishing 12-0 are dwindling quickly. However, there are still at least 2 who we think have a great chance of doing that. Here's how we think the 6 remaining unbeaten stack up after Week 8. No. 6 Navy 6-0. The Midshipmen have a half-game lead on Tulane in the American at 4-0 in the conference. Navy, which was off in Week 8, has one of the best defenses in college football so far this season. The team is averaging 7.6 yards a play as QB Blake Horvath has been one of the most underrated players in the country. Horvath leads Navy with 640 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns and has completed 64% of his passes for 980 yards and 7 touchdowns on just 81 attempts. If Navy has an Achilles heel so far, it's the defense. The Midshipmen allowed 518 yards to Temple in Week 7 and are giving up 5.7 yards a play. That unit will be tested in November as Navy plays North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida and Memphis. No. 5 BYU 7-0. The Cougars kept rolling with a 24-21 win over rival Utah. The Utes turned the ball over on downs 3 times inside the BYU 30-yard line and also turned the ball over twice with a fumble and an interception. BYU started the season 9-0 in 2024. The 9th win came on a late field goal against Utah, before back-to-back losses to Kansas and Arizona State took them out of Big 12 title contention. Can the Cougars get to the title game this year? BYU heads to Iowa State on October 25 before traveling to Texas Tech in Week 11. L.J. Martin led BYU with 26 carries for 122 yards against the Utes, and freshman QB Bear Bachmeier was 13 of 22 passing for 166 yards and a score. As long as Bachmeier continues to limit mistakes, BYU has a very good chance in the Big 12.